Hey Virgo, this is Veritas Malefica with a general tarot reading for the full moon in Aries, peaking right now as I am recording this on October 17th, 2024. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, not a personal reading. So the messages may not resonate specifically for you. But if you are looking for a personal reading, I do offer them on a limited basis, and the information for how to book that is listed in the description box below. I have already meditated on the energies and connected with that Virgo vibe and shuffled the cards. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. This is the last reading I'm doing. And as I said, I'm recording this at the peak of the full moon. I felt like it needed to happen that way. Um, I feel like you might be going through some times right now, Virgo. This might be a difficult lunation for you. As I was shuffling, I got the word uncooperative. And I just feel like this is a combative, challenging time for you, whether that's internally or externally. But I feel for most of you, it's most likely internal more than anything else. I feel a heaviness. I feel a little bit of darkness, um, and like an uncertainty. Uh, like things are just not working right now. Let's go ahead and see what this moon is going to deliver for this message. Very intense. I don't know if any of the rest of you are feeling that, but this lunation, I feel like, is a lot. Okay, and the card that got stuck in the deck there was your card, the Hermit. So this is definitely telling me this is an internal conflict that you're experiencing right now. This is going through your inner darkness and trying to figure out how to get back to the light. Um, I feel like people don't realize this about Virgos, but there's a lot of depth going on there underneath all of the criticism and judgment and analytical side of a Virgo. And when you really get into your dark period, boy, is it dark. So that's kind of what I'm feeling from the overall vibe here. Um, I see the Five of Cups coming out. And so I'm just really feeling like you're kind of in depression mode and kind of stuck in this trying to get back to feeling like you, trying to get back to finding the light side of things, trying to get back to optimism. Um, Now, I do also see the Three of Cups here. And in this particular circumstance, I want to kind of give a warning to not overindulge in substances because I feel like that's kind of what is coming out here is that instead of really looking within to look at what the disappointment is and what the issues are, that there's almost attending to, all right, well, fuck it, let's just go ahead and get wasted or whatever, and that's really not going to help anything in the long run. I'm really connecting with the Five of Cups also. I feel like this is kind of the energy I'm getting, that things aren't cooperating, things aren't going your way, things are making you feel disappointed. But the main thing with this card is that there's usually some cups are overturned, and in this case it's three, which I find fascinating because you have the Three of Cups here, which is why I'm reading this in a more kind of negative light. Is just, I feel like you're taking those three cups that are spilt over and you're like, fill them full of booze or whatever your poison of choice is. Instead of looking at, even though some of my cups are overturned, I still have these two here. And I feel like that's kind of where your inner self is trying to get back to, is finding the light within, finding the positive side of things. And so I would caution you against running away from your problems and your own self. Um, yeah, we've got Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is a very five moon for you. I saw the Five of Wands as I was shuffling and wanted to present itself to me. So the number five is extremely important in this particular context. So Be on the lookout for the number five, however that resonates with you. If you keep seeing the number five repeating, if somebody's phone number has a five in it, it's just the number five. Pay attention to that. However that resonates, please take that as you will. But this does look like there's a lot of inner conflict again, just kind of like this is a troubling time that you're going to need to work through to get to the other side. And no one else can do that work except for you. And it's important to really delve into that inner world and get through that work instead of, shifting your your consciousness or trying to become inebriated to sort of just pass through it without being touched. You're going to have to go through this darkness. It is part of the process. We have the Page of Swords in reverse, face down on the table, and the Three of Swords. There are so many. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it feels like something didn't work out, or you're being caught up in the idea that there were like it's like an idea that never fully formed, and you weren't able to kind of get it reined in or organized or controlled so that it could present in the physical world, and this is a disappointment for you. Now, I do see that there is some healing coming your way, some getting over it energy. And again, I'm just really thinking that this is coming back to going within. And so funny, I have five cards on the table. Five. Number five, super important. And five is a number of conflict in general. It's getting back to the balance of the six. So this is just a troubling time. This is, something that's not going to go smoothly, and you just kind of have to let it unfold how it wants to. I'm going to grab this card that fell. Excuse my reach into the shot there. It was awkward. All right, and on the floor, Six of Pentacles. So as I said, the five is moving into the six, and this is the sixth card that we're drawing for this. So this looks like balance is returning, and this is Pentacles, so this is more your element in earth, the material, things being, structured, organized. And this does look like things are coming where you will get back to that balance. You will get back to that mind frame of, okay, everything's all right now, and we've got things organized where we want them to be, and can start to grow again and feel like things are just moving in a better flow. So that is coming, but I do see that there is some healing that is needed. I feel like you're almost here, but there's still a sense of you have to get over whatever this sense of loss is, that something that didn't work out, like, uh, you know, whether you had some kind of dream or vision earlier in life, and that kind of nostalgic, like, oh man, if I would have just done this, that, and the other, I could have grown up to be, the artist of my dreams or whatever. But it's important to look at, well, what's in your life now, and how is that working out for you? Even though certain things didn't work out, what about what is working out? Instead of like completely disassociating and trying to shut off and be, well, I could have had this, I could have been this, I could, should have, could have, would have. It's about looking at what you have and how much is available to you in that space. You're just going to have to go through this, though. That's the major message here. Let's get a bit more on the Page of Swords. The Five of Cups. Five of Cups wants to be elaborated upon. I was going to, logically, I'm thinking Page of Swords, but Five of Cups was like, nope, you need more cards. So let's get a few more on the Five of Cups. She has spoken. Just the one. Temperance, patience, balance, alchemizing. Looking at what do I have around me and how can I turn that into something else? And staying in the space of looking at what you have as opposed to what you don't have. there's a need to let go and release, and again focus on what do I have. And I this imagery is okay, we have the Three of Cups over here, which is like disassociate, have fun, go get drunk, go party, whatever, like talk to people, and distraction. But what I'm getting from this is that we have that imagery of the Three Cups that are overturned, moving into, do you want to just do this and like not really deal with the problem? Or do we want to figure out what's in the Two Cups? How do I work with that? How do I make that move forward into what I would like to manifest and create in my life? So I would highly advise to work towards that as opposed to looking at the overturned things, because there's a serious need to kind of set down some of the overburdening thoughts that you're carrying with you. You don't have to take on everything, but you do have to take on what's within. Um, Interesting. That's cool. I really like that symmetry of the Two Cups, the Three Cups. That's that's why we needed that other piece of the puzzle. Interesting. All right, now let's get more on the Page of Swords. Two for that one. It's coming out again. There's a great deal of healing that's coming, and it's about cutting things out and letting things go. It's about letting this idea go, letting the disappointment go. How many times is the Five of Cups going to present itself? I can't make this up. And again, that imagery, 3 and 2, 3 and 2. So interesting. But we've got Three Swords in reverse, actually four really in reverse here, with that Three of Swords repeating, and it's in reverse again. So, this can mean we've been through things. We've had disappointments. We've had our worlds rocked. We've had something that didn't work out. But because we had that, we can learn from it and heal and grow and become a better, bigger person. The three overturned, moving into the two. And now we have two swords here between the Page and the Queen, but they're both in reverse. So we've been too harsh. We've been too scatterbrained. We haven't been able to get something off the ground. But just because we haven't had that work out how we wanted to doesn't mean that everything isn't going to work out. It's time to heal from this. It's time to move on. It's time to walk away from this sad sense of loss, this disappointment, this emotional disappointment that you're feeling from not hitting your goals. It's You learn something each time you don't hit a goal. Each time you fail, it's an opportunity to succeed in the way that the universe is trying to facilitate for you. And these periods of turmoil are super helpful for creating growth and expansion and making us into the person that we can really be. Let's get more on this Three of Swords here. You're not wanting to talk. I think that's it on this. These guys all go together. So it just wanted to repeat that it's time to heal. It's time to grow. It's time to move forward. And the only one I want to show is what's at the bottom of the deck. So it's time for things to start moving. It's time for the wheel to turn. This is the Wheel of Fortune. It's time for movement, and it's time for positivity. Do you want to stay at the bottom of the wheel? You want to fall off of the wheel, or do you want to keep going to the top of it? Life works in cycles. And we had the downturn, but now it's time to go to the upturn. So heal from this and let it go. Move forward into the balance of the six. It's coming. It's coming. But I think it is important that you work through this internally before you seek anything out in the external world. Let's get more on the Six of Pentacles, please. There's the 2 with the 3, and it was swords. Of course it is. You're going to take your time getting to, yeah, because you're still in disappointment mode. This is not going away. This 5 of Cups is not going away. So this is your card for the full moon. So you're just, as I said, sad, disappointed, not, things not, and another 2. Come on, 2, 2. I can't make this up. Look at the 2 cups that you have. How many times? Look at that. 2 cups, 2 cups. The imagery on here, 2 cups that are upright. Same thing in this one, 2 cups. Look at the 2 cups. Look at the 2 things that you have. Look at the stuff that you have, because the shit that you didn't need was spilt over and let go. Look at the 2 and look at the decisions you can make from that space. Stop looking at the outside world and look within for the answers. Unblindfold yourself to the abundance you have within and how much that allows you to create. You have everything you need. You're just in a funk right now. You are in a funk. But the 6 of Pentacles, I see you coming through, and it's coming. Knight of Swords is underneath there. It's coming with a very rapid energy, but you have to go through this period in order to get to the other side. But very much it's speaking to balance. It's speaking to looking at the bright side, looking at what you have as opposed to what you do not have. Look at how much you have, particularly within, and create from that space. All right, I'm just going to get a few final words of advice. Stuck in the deck. 7 in reverse. Temperance again. I knew I saw that. You're preventing yourself from your own success. This is what's coming to you. 10 of Pentacles. Everything you want and dream, everything you could desire, particularly in a material sense, wealth, production, everything you could possibly hope and dream for. But your balance is thwarted by your own disappointment. And it's not that much of a disappointment. It's time to wake up, and it's time to leave behind your own manipulation of yourself and see that you can create what it is that you want. It's just going to keep saying the same thing. You have great things coming towards you. Right now is not the time. Right now is the time to do the inner work, to find the inner light, and to look at what you have as opposed to what you don't have. Otherwise, you're just going to keep going around and around and around in circles in your mind. So let go of the disappointment and realize that there is light in the darkness. I'm going to leave it at that, Virgo, because this is why I saved it for last. I knew this one was going to be heavy. So I'm wishing you the best, and just take the time to rest and take action when it feels right. But get out of your own way and look at how much you have as opposed to how much you don't have. That's what I've got for you, Virgo. Thank you very much. If you resonated with any of the messages in this reading, please comment and talk to me about it. I love to hear about how everybody received the readings. It really helps me out to know that I'm on the right track with how I am approaching this. And again, if you're interested in a personal reading, I do offer them on a very limited basis. The information for how to book that is listed below in the description box. I will be back. I plan to do a longer format reading for Samhain, for the collective energy, Samhain, otherwise known as Halloween. So please come back for that if you're interested. I'll be posting that soon. And then, yes, I will also be back in November with new moon readings for each sign. Hope to see you soon, Virgo, and stay well.